Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. I know this video is coming out hella late. Um did a live stream today. It ended later than I planned on, and by the end of the live stream I was pretty tired. So I was originally just going to finish watching Days, and then this way at the very least I can keep up with it, and then when I do reviewing it tomorrow, I won't have to be trying to play catch up. But I decided to do a review tonight. It was really good. This episode was actually really good. It so much better. It's almost like it was trying to make up for yesterday's episode, which in all reality, YouTube was YouTube was having a lot of problems as far as uploading videos. The reason why my General Hospital video came out later. By that time, I was like, you know what? It was late. I was tired. And also, yesterday's episode sucked. Okay? It was bad. You know, I'm glad they sort of somewhat wrapped up the storyline. Kristen's big plan is to get back a man. Like, no, it's stupid. I didn't think that those three women were gonna be killed off. They've been on the show for like a good couple of centuries. Okay, they've been on the show for a long time. They weren't gonna get killed off. So yeah, the episode wasn't really great, and it really wasn't even worth mentioning. I'm gonna be honest. But today's episode was good. I'm gonna start off with EJ. Oof. EJ. Well, EJ is no stranger for wanting smoke with pretty much everyone, but he's getting it from everyone. And I should probably tell the story a little bit backwards. So Trip comes over Johnny's place to look for Ava, and Johnny, he kind of alludes to the fact that him and Trip's mom, him and Ava have been having relations. Oh, we got all close and everything like that, and we didn't really do anything. Oh, except for that one time we saw each other naked, and also that time that we were in bed together. Trip just knocks the hell out of him. Okay, he literally punches him in the face, and it's the thing. I haven't been watching the show that long. I don't know how the other person who ever played Trip before was, but this Trip. See, this sort of reaction just seems like it comes across as a little off for him. He seems like he's a very nice, good, clean, respectable guy that you have no problem taking home to meet your parents. Okay? And yeah, we saw him getting angry and stuff, and we saw him angry with Allie. But I mean, to be honest, he let a lot of stuff that Allie did slide for way too long. But he winds up punching Johnny in the face. Then afterwards, he's like, "Oh, you okay? Like, bro, are you kidding me?" After Johnny explains to Trip that nothing happened, he was just good buddies, somebody to lean on each other and stuff like that, and she got a raw deal from EJ. EJ treated her like dirt and everything like that. Trip apologizes, and Johnny's like, "No, no, it's cool." He understands. He was like, "Hey, listen, I would act the same. I would react the same way if you was having relations with with my mother." So the way that he punches him in the face, and he's like, "No, no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool." And then they shake hands and everything like that. And it's like, I really did like your mom, and I respected her and stuff like that. And they walk off. They part ways on good terms, and I'm just like, one guy punched another guy in the face. I just don't feel like we would just be like, nah, dog, it's cool, man. It's no worries. Yo, we good though, right? No, of course not. Because most men, including myself, we all like to be, we all view ourselves as alphas. Okay? So the chances of just, nah, it's cool. Let's just dap on it. Let's just handshake on it. uh, that's funny. That's cute. That's a good laugh right there. Days did something good. They made me laugh today. So thank you, Days. After that, Trip goes to track down EJ. And EJ is talking, when Stefan gets in the room, they get down to business. And EJ's talking hella smack about Gabby. Oh, Gabby's this, she's that, she's trash, yada, yada, yada. And Stefan snaps. It's like, yo, like, stop talking about it like that. And he's just like, yo, what are you talking about? You despise the woman. Stefan's like, no. I think it's, what did he use? Uncouth to talk about Shin's, future wife in front of his face. I feel like that's disrespectful. I gotta go and do something. So he leaves. AJ, Shin was like, yo, what was you doing, man? What was you doing? And he's just like, I was testing him. They both realized that conditioning, we don't know how long that's gonna hold out. So he's just like, yo, listen, we may need to sit there and get him a tune-up at the doctor. Just give him a little check under the hood and everything like that to make sure everything is running. They talk for a little bit. They seem like, and Shen gets angry, like, yo, listen, don't talk about Gabby like that. EJ is like, oh, I'll talk about her however I want. What you gonna do about it? So EJ gets all up in his face and everything. Before it seemed like they about to really go at it, Trip comes in there. And, he's just like, oh, great, another person with a temper tantrum today. That's just great. And, Trip is like, yo, I don't like what you did to my mom. Once again, EJ just wants all the smoke. He's like, well, what are you going to do about it? So Trip punches him in the face. I'm like, Trip, what, what, what happened? I mean, he was in Seattle for like a couple of months. Like, I can see if the dude was in Chicago because I heard stories, or Detroit. Then I would be like, all right, I get it. Don't get me wrong. There's some, listen, there's some nice places at Detroit, and there's some nice places in Chicago. But you know, I'm not gonna sit there and say anything more about Chicago, Detroit, because some people may actually, live there and watching me be like, don't say anything about my city. Well, you know what? Listen, New York isn't exactly a picnic out there, and I live in New York. Um, so I'll just say that. Anyway, I'm like, yo, what is going on with Trip? It's like this dude was going for a couple months. He comes back and he's like, very short tempered, and he's slugging people. He's just clocking people left and right. So he punches EJ. Shen is smiling. I felt like he had to compose himself, not to just burst out laughing. EJ's like, yo, I'm about to call the cops. You're gonna go tonight in jail. You're gonna lose your license. You done. But Shen's like, yo, listen. He was good with he was good to my sister. He saved my sister, and then he's like, listen, it's not beginning for PR, especially on your first day as being CEO. So how about we just let this one time thing slide, and we just, you know, we'll just call it a wrap. We'll just let this thing go. So Trip leaves, and again, so Shin stepped up for him, owed him for his sister and everything. and they go at it for words or whatever. But he leaves. He's pissed. Later on, he does see Johnny. Johnny meets up with Wendy, and they talk about EJ and Shen, and more importantly, Stefan. His behavior, rough. Who set this whole thing in motion? Was it EJ? Was it Shen? Because Wendy was talking to Gabby, and they were talking about Stefan and just his odd behavior. She was sitting there telling um she was telling Gabby. Oh, by the way, EJ did he did put in a good word for Wendy, saying, "Yo, listen, if she's really good at what she's doing, and she wants a job, hire her." So may wind up seeing her at the mirror. Um, but yeah, they were talking about Stefan and everything, and Shen, and Wendy found out that Gabby got outed of the company. So they pretty much just kind of compared notes, and Johnny was like, if he can get his hands on a notebook, because apparently EJ after the accident, he was losing, he couldn't always remember certain things, so he would write it down. And if he wrote down his password, um, they can get some more information about who's doing what, as far as EJ and Shen and stuff. So Johnny goes to the office to look through EJ's books and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, listen, you're going in by yourself. At any point, somebody can catch you, and of course, EJ comes in. He's like, what are you doing here? Um, Ava did actually come back in this episode. She came there to talk to Gwen about trying to get help. Gwen was having a dream about Xander, and Jack comes in there. Next thing you know, Jack sees her kissing a pillow, and he's like, "I can come back in later on if you got you got business to take care of. We'll just sit there and say business. We all know what I mean by that." But Gwen Smith, they're talking about Xander, still having feelings for him and everything like that. But and Jack offers her a place to stay. Jack is also visited by Xander, because Xander still needs a job. Xander, well, Sarah was talking to Maggie, and Xander came in there, and Xander was like, "Oh, just that I'm going to be living at the house for a little bit because he got kicked out of the Salem Inn. He's not making any money." And so he's like, I asked Uncle Vic to, put me up here for a little bit. I'm like, bro, what took you so long? You might as well ask him for a job at Titan. I mean, what's one more favor at this point? Like, when you stop and think about it, why are you, I mean, I get the idea that he wants to work for Jack, and this way he can save us some money, he can find a place of his own with Sarah. But my whole thing is like, well, you already asked him for a place to live. Why not ask him for a job at Titan? It's not like he was a bad CEO or anything like that. I'm pretty sure, um, Victor wouldn't find a place for him. It is always good to see Victor whenever the actor does make an appearance. You know, because I didn't know the actor's real name, I didn't realize that him and Jennifer Aniston was related. Like, I had no idea. But so yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be staying here for a little bit, and he's keeping Jack's secret as far as Gwen and Jennifer and the accident. Now I'm pretty sure that once Sarah finds out, she's gonna flip and be like, "I can't believe you didn't tell me," and da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, Sarah, whatever. Again, personally, I think that he belongs more with Gwen because Gwen isn't as judgmental as Sarah. And Gwen isn't going to try to change that. Gwen isn't going to try to change Xander like like Sarah would. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that agrees with that. And I don't even like Gwen that much, but I know that Gwen is a better fit than Xander is. Oh, also Trip went to see. Well, Trip ran into Wendy, and I feel like Trip is going to ask Wendy to try to look for Ava, since Johnny doesn't even know where Ava's at. Meanwhile, Ava is she put on all this wig, she put on this whole thing going on, this scarf and sunglasses and everything, to try to get Gwen help as far as maybe getting back into town. Or, yeah, getting back into town somehow. I don't know why Gwen would actually help Ava, but it should be interesting. I feel like that's about it. I feel like that's about it. Um, so with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. I know this came out super late. I apologize for that. Like I said, I'm gonna live stream in it a lot later than I expected it to. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try. Obviously, I'm gonna try to push out the days review a lot sooner than that. So with that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video. And I mean by days tomorrow's review. Yeah, it's late, and I'm clearly not speaking with a lot of sense. Not making a lot of sense. See? All right.